Well, hello everybody. Welcome. How you doing, Barb, Chris, and
Hello.
Mike?
Good
Hi,
evening.
everybody. Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hello,
hello there.
Crystal and Gary. How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Well, we might have to
Good.
put out a take down the wanted poster for Mike now, since he's here.
He's having some technical difficulties there for a minute. It looked like
I don't know. I'm having some technical issues. I don't know what I've got to but
Uh-oh.
well, you sound good and we see you, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, welcome
okay,
everybody.
well, that's all good, I guess.
So, what's everybody been up to? Happy New Year!
Yeah. Should we say, I guess
Happy
we
New
should
Year.
say hi to people in the chat, right? We have
Yeah, we
Chris,
got Roger, Barb,
Gary,
Russell, Brian, Catherine, everybody. Welcome. Hello there.
Thomas.
Nice to have everybody.
Hey, Brian, we're all praying for you and hoping that everything goes well for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Liana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Roger. So, okay. Yeah. Norma. Hello, Norma. And then there's a Facebook user, but I can't see who you are.
It's not Russell this time.
No.
I
No.
don't think it is.
No,
I
he's
see,
not.
I see him on YouTube this time.
Yes.
Speaking of
The fan.
Russell, I got your book finally. I know
Yep, hold on.
it's cloaking. Your book is cloaking.
Not on my end. It's not.
You know, I got my glasses on, so I know it's not me this time. So.
Yeah. It's great. Great book.
Yeah, so far so good. I haven't read it all. I just got started on it.
Yeah,
it's
me
good,
neither,
though.
but it's going to be great. And Russell's so, oh my gosh, so knowledgeable.
So what's everybody been up to?
Yeah, just, starting the new year.
Squatching.
Yeah.
Mike, you been out squatching?
Gotta go a little bit. Last night, but prior to that, last week I had to move my daughter. My wife and I moved my daughter out to Las Cruces, New Mexico, to start a new career, a new job with the U.S. government. We're contracting with the United States Army out at the White Sands Missile Range, and that's in southeast Missouri. That's about a 20-hour drive. So,
Whoa.
about 2 days driving out, pulling a U-Haul trailer with the truck out there a day, and then 2 days driving back. So it was about a 5-day trip, real quick trip.
Whole vacation.
Now, I want to give a shout out to Scott and Hannah from Squatch America. I don't know if anybody's familiar with them in our audience, but I ran into them in southern New Mexico at one of those tourist places, and they were all decked out and so forth. So I got to meet some new friends there, and we talked a little bit about the Sasquatch stuff that we do. And I got back in town, and the head of the CMO Bigfoot and Cryptid Research Facebook page, Susan Perez, her kids were in town, and Susan asked, could I go out with them? Could I take them out? Could I maybe show them some things? So that's what we did yesterday. It was cold, but I took them out anyway. We went to a research spot not too far from the house. Actually, it's a spot where I've had a lot of interactions in the past. If some of you guys know about those, and we're not going any further than that. But we were out there, and there were time you get a hold of this person and that person. There were let's see, her son and daughter-in-law, her and her friend. That's 4 or 5, about 6 of us out there. Built the fire, and Susan's daughter-in-law was taking pictures of the landscape right at sunset, and had this nice picture. I was able to share it with Barb and Chris earlier today. And anyway, she just taking pictures of a pretty sunset right off where we were at. And then when they go home and they blow the pictures up, like Barb does a lot, they see an orb in the picture, a green orb. And Susan sends me a text last night. Hey, check this orb out. And yeah, that's an orb, And then she says, no, blow it up. When we blow it up, there's this massive Sasquatch standing right there, probably
Shut the
about
front
25
door.
yards from us.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm dead serious. Barb and Chris both
Yes.
standing right there about 25 yards from us. Massive. I'm going to go out this weekend, hopefully, and get a little height estimate, recreate where that head's at. But I bet he was 9 to 10 foot tall at least. And he was 25 yards from us watching us, and we did not even know he was there.
Are you pulling my leg?
When the sun went down, and no, I'm not pulling your leg, Barb.
No, it's the yeah. I think there was more than one too.
Chris is not flinching.
Yeah, it was more than one. Yeah.
There's the picture. Chris, somebody gonna zoom in on that?
There's the orb right here.
Mm-hmm.
I just blew my screen up, so hold on.
Right there.
Hold on. Let me do one thing.
I just blew my screen so far up. Hold on.
I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let me try it.
I think I blew my screen too far up.
Now, when the sun went down and it got dark, we heard him over there walking around a little bit, but had no idea he was there at that time. So,
wow, I feel like there's more in that picture. Yeah.
Well, my wife, who doesn't get involved in this stuff, I showed her last night for an objective opinion, and she spotted what she thought was another one in the picture. I sent the picture to Barb, and Barb sent me all kinds of sets of eyes. So I believe there's more than one there as well.
Yeah.
But the one was pretty
being the
visible.
orb. You can see the outline back here.
If you look right above the orb, well, the outline, and if you go up straight up from the orb, slightly to the right, you see that cone shaped. No, you're
this right here.
You're that might be another one there.
Yeah.
Just to the right
that's
of that.
what I think.
Go just to the right of that.
There.
You see the cone shape right below your arrow. See where your arrow is.
I'm not seeing it there.
Right there. That's the right side of the head. Huh?
Right here.
That's the right there. You circled it right there.
Yep.
That's the big head. That's the big one.
Yep.
That's there. That's the head.
Hold on. I got to make it official.
You know what, too, is that
I can't see Jack now.
Is that like if you guys can see like they're I don't know. Are they cloaking? I mean, I can see another one, a big one. He's a little bit taller, Mike. He's on the other side. They're the same.
I was seeing the shadow around here,
Yeah, but
part of that is tree. Part of that is tree, Chris. But yeah, that's where my wife spotted the other half face around the tree.
They're they are a different color from, and that's the thing that stands out to me, that they're a different color than the trees. So that's
I'm more interested
a little bit. Yeah, more of a darker black.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And that's and nobody noticed the orb in real time. Nobody said, "Hey, look, there's an orb over there." That showed up in the camera, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention to I just saw her out there with her camera taking all these pictures and stuff like that. And then now we heard it was a noisy woods last night. We heard them hooting and hollering from 3 or 4 different directions, and then a couple times heard them walking up close, like over in that area where they were at. And about 8 o'clock, here's the interesting thing: about 8 o'clock, a guy comes out with his son and 2 coonhounds. He says, I'm not used to seeing other people out here. We're just sitting around, fire pit at this time, listening. He goes, I'm not going to offend you guys if we go out and try to wrestle up a few coons. No, go right ahead. You're not going to bother us one bit. We didn't tell him why he was out here. And he goes off into the woods with his coonhounds, and they got the headlights on, so you can kind of monitor them a little bit. Then they get out of view, and then they come back in view. Well, he comes back about 30 minutes later with one of his two dogs. He says, I can't seem to find my other dog.
Oh,
And he's got him on these radar trackers. Well, she's up by the road, or she's over here. And then the tracker's gone out. I can no longer track her.
Oh no.
So he goes off looking for this coonhound, and we're just kind of sitting there like, and then I don't know, at some point, 10, 15 minutes later, we hear a high-pitched yelp that a dog would make when it's getting hurt.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
And that's the last we heard. And then as I was driving out, I looked for him to see if he was around anywhere. I couldn't see him anywhere or not. So I really feel that one of those coonhounds may have become victim of something in the night woods, whether it been a mountain lion, coyotes, or we heard coyotes, Sasquatch. I don't know what, but I really feel he lost him a coonhound there. But that was all very active Sasquatch woods up there, and I really believe there's one, maybe a couple of Bigfoots, just right there watching us, checking us out, and we were oblivious to it. And then we kind of knew they were over there when it got dark because we heard them. But before it got dark, they weren't making a sound. So
Wow,
that was my night last night.
Yeah. Down in Florida, you would just assume a gator got them and pulled them underwater, and then it'd make sense if the GPS go out and all that. But
we have mountain lions and packs of coyotes and Sasquatches up there, and any of those three would be capable of taking out a coonhound. So, but the thing, Susan's kids got to experience. They got to experience their first vocalizations of coming from suburban Los Angeles, visiting from suburban Los Angeles, and they got to say, "Hey, maybe Mom's not so crazy after all."
Yeah, Well, especially with hearing them, that's cool.
Yeah, and then when Sandy, her daughter-in-law, when she went back and started looking at her pictures, they spot the orb first. They start blowing it up. Then they see the Sasquatch behind the orb. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah. And I've said that to, a half dozen different people that all say, yeah, we see the big squatch there, including the two of you. And my wife, who's an objective party, she doesn't care if she sees a squatch or not. I see two of them. And once in a while I say, hey, I need you to take a look at this, because she'll tell you're playing. She's like, what's that green light? That's probably an orb. What's an orb? She's not into it. So
right.
But
when you heard the call, the vocalizations, how many do you think there were? Could you tell? Or
well, now I'm talking about from the hillsides around me. We probably heard a half dozen to 10 of them all together, just hooting and hollering and yahooing and
awesome.
And loud hoot owling. But we did hear one real clear vocalization from real close where this guy was standing. Kind of a humph, or grunt humph type sound, which Lynn Gasper says they're just saying hi. He goes, they humph at you, humph back. And I remember Susan one time, she tells me, she says, start swaying. I said, I don't know if it's swaying. Just just let him see you swaying. We knew he was in there, but we didn't. Then go back, look at the pictures. You kind of see, okay, that there's probably a few of them in there.
Anytime we ever get those gruffs, we always felt like it's time to go. It never felt friendly. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, but again, if you listen to guys like Tom Cantrell, Lynn Gasper, they'll tell you, it's just a friendly greeting on their part. And then I got to make a decision at that point. I'm 25 yards away from this grizzly.
It's okay.
I got
Hold my beer, Mike. Go pet the
I gotta
lion.
I've got to make a decision.
Yeah.
Do I trust Lynn and Tom in this situation and say hi back to him, or do I get in my truck and leave?
Yeah.
Lately, I've just been staying and saying hello, welcome, glad you showed up, stuff like that. And they don't come any further, and we don't go any further after that. So
Yeah. Wow.
I wonder if they ever are out in the woods and they're like hollering at us, right?
right.
And you make a sound. They're like, damn, George, he just said F you too. Did he really? Did he
Well,
really? George, he did. No, he didn't.
But that's why I don't pick up a stick and knock on trees. I personally don't do that because I don't know.
He rather sing to him.
Yeah, you make noises. What's the difference between picking up a stick?
He really like his voice singing, you know. He's got that good voice.
I don't.
my
I don't.
God.
If I'm talking to them like I'm talking to you guys, I know what I'm saying. Whether they know what
Yeah.
I'm saying or not, it's a different story. But if I'm knocking
Right.
on trees, I'm doing something there. I don't know what I'm saying to them. Come over here and fight,
Mhm.
buddy. Now, no
Yeah.
thanks.
Yep. Definitely. Oh wow.
But somebody commented if they wanted you, they would get you. That's true. I've been out
Yes.
there 4 years now, and
Mhm.
it's been a gradual process interacting with them. It's been
Mhm.
as a spot where I've had several interactions before, personal interactions, and it didn't disappoint. We kind of had a little bit more, and the picture was kind of the icing on the cake that Sandy got last night. But but it was a productive night in the cold winter temperatures.
It was definitely
That's
chilly
cool.
out. Even in Florida, it was down in the 40s. It was pretty
Ooh.
chilly.
Well,
We went camping this weekend too. Didn't have any major things going on, but we did have some good times out in the woods and playing with our red lights and green lights. Found a couple of cool structures. We did get into a pet cemetery, which,
Oh.
man, as soon as you walk in there, you could just feel the vibes, the temperature changed, everything. It was just the weirdest energy right there.
Oh.
Nothing major though. It is fun though, and it's always a good time to get out in the woods. And that's, to me, the number one thing is just getting to the nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't beat on trees.
Yeah, I don't beat on
Do
trees.
you guys, when you get out there, Chris, do you guys do vocalization? Try to, do some vocalizations or no?
Minimal. Mike will do it usually more than anything, but it's usually ones that he's heard and I've heard in our area. But we're in a different area this time. We went down by Okeechobee, the big lake in Florida. We were in one area right next to it. Yeah, he'll do the call. That's kind of like a friendly call.
What
Sometimes
the hell's a friendly call?
There's just
Come on,
I
break
mean,
it
come on.
down.
You've heard some of these crazy ones to me.
What's
No.
a friendly call?
Just a hoot, just a quick.
What do you mean a hoot?
I don't know,
Whoop.
just a hoot.
Whoop.
Yeah, just a
Where's
whoop.
Chris at? Wait a minute. How do I put
I
him
don't
on the big screen?
Yeah.
What? I mean, yeah, thank you,
So-
Gene. Being on a tree and acting like damn Tarzan. I want to know. I want to know what I need to not do.
Don't put up a bunch of tape where they can't see and they're gonna get stuck all over the
I
fur. That's what
still
you don't
get
do.
I still don't understand that. I really.
You got a
that
pissed
still
off
blows
Bigfoot
my
out
mind.
there that's got tape all over it, trying to pull off all that hair.
How does that disappear? How does that come off a tree without getting filmed or any pictures?
You're gonna
Somebody
have to ask
explain
them.
that to me. So
You're gonna have to ask them because they're probably not too happy about it.
not me flirting with the Sasquatch. That's Mike, Lady Wolf.
Hey,
But Mike's
hey.
talking about singing and talking. Chris is talking about hooting.
No,
A
the
friendly
other Mike,
call.
Mike Aguilar, and our team does it.
I have to
So,
remember
just to be
that.
clear.
Somebody asked me,
I
"What do you do?"
guarantee you,
Do a friendly call.
I guarantee you that big old guy that was in that picture. I have no interest in developing any personal relationship with him.
I wonder if he was your ex lady's new husband, or not new. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I really.
Hi, Lady Wolf. Long time no see.
I think she's moved on from me a year and a half ago. But
yeah.
She got jealous and left you.
Yeah, he's just a player.
Oh boy!
So that guy on TikTok, I remember that guy we brought up last week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He
The
is
Giants.
MIA.
Wow.
And there has been other people trying to find that location, and a couple people has succeeded. And one family has been ran out of there, scared to death by unknown people in SUVs, and they are like scared to death. And they posted one video, it's gone. I went to switch devices, and I can't even find it. And this was like 3 days ago, so I don't know what happened.
Wow.
I found it by mistake. So
you need to start downloading them as you find them.
Well, there's so much been going on, the past like 2 or 3 days. It's been incredible. But other people had copies somehow of the guy's original video. You know how they forwarded or whatnot. But those are gone. But he is not even on there at all. So he's like totally gone. So I have no idea.
So he removed his whole entire TikTok?
Yes.
Wow.
No,
So I don't know what's going on.
Scared.
So
you
so
have
a
to
guy, what was it in? I forgot Colorado, wasn't it?
or was it DB
Okay.
something cell?
DM Diamond or something found
something cell like
found a rock wall in Colorado, Mike.
Okay.
And he was with his family, and he looked up, and it was open, and he saw a giant looking out, a giant, and he lost his stuff. And make a long story short, his wife and kid didn't believe him, so he went back with this big rope. I'm talking like rope like this big, and he rappelled on the side of this cliff, and he took this big hammer, and he was climbing down. They filmed it, and banging on the side of this rock wall, and it started making a different sound, like it was hollow. He's like, look. And they were like freaking out. And next thing you know, SUV showed up, and they got flushed out, and they started getting harassed, and all of his videos start getting taken down. Then he start coming out with, hey, I'm sorry I take down the videos, all this drama and everything else. So it was pretty wild. So I don't know.
So SUVs, we talking government people?
This guy right here,
Yes.
Mike.
Oh, you have it. Yeah,
Okay.
I've tried. What's his name? DB
That's
Cell?
not his name. This is somebody else reposting his work.
Because I know.
So yeah, but it's pretty wild. So I have no idea. But I went to record it, and because I had them save. You know how you can bookmark them, right? On TikTok.
Yeah.
But when I went back to record them, to show them on the show, because I told everybody I got something to show you all, because I couldn't sleep that night. And I was up like 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning. And it was like, wow. So, but they're gone. So I have no idea.
So Grizzly, is this the mountain that is like is that the actual door? Is he saying was open? Right
I
here?
have to look at the actual picture.
I don't know
So
if you
he
can see it,
actually
but
repelled off of it. And his wife and daughter was there when he was, and it was a big rope. That one looks like the first one looks like a better picture of it.
See how this is open and
That the one right there looks like a better picture, not the top. But I have to look at the blow up picture.
So this almost looks like a cave with that would be the opening, and this almost looks like a top
But on the
and bottom.
back side, there's caves. There's a cave that goes into it. But he said on the front of that wall where he's standing on the third picture, he's standing in front of with the hoodie, with the Under Armour hoodie. He's standing with the blue jeans.
Yeah.
He said that wall was open. The door was open, and the giant was looking out at him. And he lost his stuffing. And his family didn't believe him. His family thought he was playing a joke on them. So he was like, I'll show you.
This is the same spot as this.
So
and
yeah,
the
it was
top
up
of
on
that
that
one.
cliff wall.
Yeah. That's
But
interesting.
now everything's just gone. So
Sean said, let me see, Sean Flynn, because he said, anyone see what I wrote? Let me go up a little bit. What did you write?
it's impossible. Channel, he did a clip on it.
He said he saw it on YouTube.
That I don't know, Sean. So, but
Maybe
the
a short,
videos I saw, he actually filmed it, and he was actually on the side of the cliff on a rope, rappelling with rappelling gear, with a big hammer banging on it. So,
And do you know, like, did we don't know if his whole family went missing or?
no, they didn't go missing. They're just off the radar right now.
Yeah.
They're just,
okay. So we don't know whether,
No, because now everybody's in an uproar over this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, somebody else went there. Let's see, what is today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Somebody else went out there this past weekend, either Sunday or Monday, and they're like, oh, this is it. This is it. And they got ran out of there. And they filmed it and they put it up, but it got taken down. I don't know if they took it down or they were forced to take it. I don't know how that works. So I don't know the backstory to it, but I just thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he was. And Brian, it was weird. You know how you hit?
Yeah.
Now, you all don't know. I grew up in the country, so I had to break up rock putting in a fence, you know. And I know what a sledgehammer sounds like hitting solid rock.
Mm-hmm.
And when he hit the rock, it sounded like stone. But when he got farther down on that cliff, it didn't sound like stone. It sounded weird. So, because his family were like, what the hell? He's like, I told you something's not right. So,
yeah.
Let's try to see if this one showed any of it or not.
But I don't know. If it's a hoax, it's a pretty decent hoax to pull off. See, he's fooled millions. So,
well, it's just like that other guy that disappeared.
Yeah, and then ended up not alive.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully this doesn't happen to him. Hopefully he's all right and just decide to lay low. You know.
Yep. Yeah.
Got to know when to take your losses and say, all right, enough's enough.
Sean, it's Colorado. So there's some other ones out there claim to be giants. It's a hoax. I went through all those trying to find his, and they are all just ponytailing or tailgating his. So trying to get views. So
yeah, Gene said there was another guy that filmed a giant. Yeah, that's what we're saying. What was that guy's name? Something happened to him. What was that guy's name?
There was a white marble one and another one that went missing. They filmed one up on the mountains. So that's been a few years though.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. But I don't know. But like I said, if it's a hoax, it's a pretty good pull off. So, and yeah, we know about yours. I mean, he deals with one down there. So,
really?
Yeah, he's got one that a Bigfoot that he hangs out with all the time. So he's been talking about it ever since he's been in the chat.
Yes, but I didn't realize. Okay, so it's like a
Bigfoot giant. Yeah, I think he's Bigfoot. 8 or 9 foot tall. I think he said. So yeah, Sean, if you can find it.
Wow. So
I forgot the name of that website. We said it on another show the other night. You can go back and trace it, but they're erasing that. You can't. I forgot the website where you can go back and check websites.
It's called. Oh, now I lost
My
it.
memory's not good. So, but there's another one floating around. It's debunked. It shows a baby Bigfoot. It's a baby gorilla, is what it is, and it's doctored up. So don't even buy that one. So, and it's laying in a pile of leaves. So it's
Oh, was that the one where it was dead? where the little baby Bigfoot was supposedly dead, or is this one alive?
I don't know if it was dead or alive, but it looked pretty convincing in the beginning. So looked pretty well. But those AI pictures that we were seeing there for the longest time with the big giants. If you notice in the past 2 weeks, have you seen those transition now? They're automated. They figured out how to make them walk and move now instead of being still pictures. So that's how well they're learning how to manipulate those.
Matter of time. Wow.
Yes. So
actually technology's been there. These people that are creating this stuff have finally figured out how to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
You can actually take a picture of yourself. You can upload it and you can tell it to make you in an animated whatever.
Yeah.
Talk and everything. It's crazy. Stuff that
no.
they can do.
I got one better. You want to see Chris naked?
Nope. Grizzly Chris.
People are doing that. That is wild. They're taking their exes. They're like, watch this.
Oh,
and I'm like, what? Yeah.
Wow.
They are like doing awful things. And I'm like, how do they do that? They're like, AI. I'm like, man, it's awful.
Yeah.
So, but I'm telling you. But that's why I'm saying when it comes to that, look at Mike.
Mike's like, I'm trying not to hear this.
But no, but it just, when it comes to evidence, though, once again, it's putting, a shadow of doubt on people that we don't know that may have some evidence coming forward. I mean, I don't know.
Lady Wolf, ooh, which Chris is getting naked. She's here for it.
No comment.
No comment.
Last Friday, we're in the ditch so far, we hadn't needed AAA and then some. So
they brought the helicopters in to rescue.
It was bad. Poor Mike's like, what? Yes.
You can't blame last week's ditch on me. So
no.
But it's just sad, then you hear, I ain't gonna mention who that's running for president talking about, well, we're gonna do this and that when I'm in office for AI, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
we're past that.
Yeah.
So
Mr. doesn't even know his name.
But I don't know. It's pretty wild. And I'm glad to see you're all right, Irene. So
yes, Irene. I hope everything.
All the stuff going on over there.
Area. Oh my gosh, it's awful. Mike, remember when you got that high on the, no, you didn't. But you got the picture. Yeah. Transposed. Well, a guy that Grizzly. Yes, a guy that Grizzly and I had on our show a couple months ago, Randy Bauer. He got this. So he said he wears this hat outside. This kind of like the same hat when he's doing stuff outside, baseball cap or whatever.
Right.
And there is a a short little logo on it. And it's it's 2 letters and a number. And he found this thing. He found a copy of it, like the exact in the snow, but it was in like mirrored. Like, remember you saw the mirror and it was like in the mirror, like so it's reversed. Right. And he has a lot of Bigfoot activity. So he's like, do you think, he was just put it on his Facebook page. Does anybody think? And I said, well, I know that you had found that. So I think it's certainly possible, but, pretty interesting. But you know what? No footprints around it. So even for like, if a human did this, there wasn't any footprints around it.
Yeah.
So,
well, what's very interesting, two points to that, right? So number one, humans, we see inverted. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, but that's what they, that's what they say.
Right. So, and two, the second point is that everybody tells us that Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Nakunda, whatever you want to call it, they know they leave tracks, so they cover them. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing. It's fascinating. Why do they do that? Right. So they know that we look for them. So they cover their tracks, and we have reports that they use twigs, branches, or whatnot. But others, they say they just dissipate. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't understand how that happens.
Yes. Right,
maybe that's you kind of peeking into another dimension.
Mm-hmm.
But
happen to see the tracks, or when you happen to see them,
But no, think about this. So if Mike is at his location, and let's say there's a creek bed, right? And Mike
Right.
goes, there's 3 prints right here that are real good for casting. I'm going to go back in the morning and I'm going to cast those. They're that good. He leaves and comes back. They're no longer there. Like they never happened.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Right.
Not that they just disappear out of nowhere in the middle of a field out of snow, that they just evaporated. We get that a lot too. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, that happened to Bill
I
Hewitt.
haven't.
Matter of fact.
Yeah, I haven't personally experienced that, but I've talked to others who have. You know, usually, you know, like just last night, for instance, they wanted to see some tracks. There's a couple of pathways up in that area that I can take them, and we can pretty much see tracks every time. Sometimes they're 20 inches, sometimes they're 16, sometimes they're 24. We don't see, you'll see 2 or 3 or 4. The terrain is kind of a rocky, hilly area, so it's not really conducive for tracks. But you will, if you go to the right spots, you will be able to see them where they walk. But yeah, it's kind of what you're saying though. We've done that where we've come back the next day and you really, to cast and you really can't find what you're looking for, or it's not castable anymore, or something like that, and it didn't rain. So you're like, what gives on that? But you talked about, go back to the high, on mine is the HI and the little IH. Just to give you an update, when a couple weeks ago before Christmas, I went up to the gifting area to refill the bucket. Okay. And filled my gifting bucket up and put the apples, the peanut butter and stuff in the bucket, and put a little X glyph on top of the lid of the bucket. Just a little X. And Kyle finally got back with me today, and which surprisingly, there's still stuff left in the bucket, and it's been a week and a half, which kind of surprised me. But because they've been getting a little bit here and there, but when they lifted the lid off the bucket, there goes the X, right? Well, they took the X and they put it on the ground right next to the bucket and put it right back in an X order, the way I had it on top of the. So,
and they never take more than they need. And to me, I'd be a pig.
Well, and that goes to show you, the first time we refilled the bucket, the day that I saw the one, it had been a while since I've been up there, they had it cleaned out in 2 days. And then this one, it's a week and a half into it. They still got some items in the bucket. But like you say, they don't take more, they must be, they're not starving. They're getting some food somewhere. But
that's funny because Neil with Bigfoot Talk, I was going to say, Neil with Bigfoot Talk has his gifting area. Man, they run him dry constantly. They take every bit of it.
Well, yeah, sometimes they've got it cleaned out in a couple days, and I can't get back up there for another week and a half. But this time there's still some up there. But the thing is, though, they took that X glyph and they kept it intact and put it on the ground right next to the bucket.
Cool.
Wow,
just
that's really cool.
And that, to me, I don't know exactly what it means, but it says we respect the connection we've got with you.
Yeah, definitely. Facebook user had said, what about, do you think if they blast the footprints with infrasound?
I don't know. I don't know, Rebecca, what 432 music is. I don't know if she's talking about megahertz or hertz.
I highlighted that because I was going to, she's talking about the hertz that you can play. There's like 5, I can't remember, 512 or something like that. 432 is one, but there's different frequencies you can play that is supposed to be calming or, a meditative state. Some are relaxing, some clear your mind.
Goes back to where people use the Tibet bows out in the woods.
Yes, which
or the singing bows
will do similar things. They usually hit a certain frequency for each size bowl. So I was actually going to do some recording on that.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, I was gonna do some recording and create some, because you know how I do the audio stuff,
Yeah.
and actually try playing some of that out in the field, but
Yeah.
I haven't got to that yet. But yes, that's something that's on my
I'd
to do
love to.
Now
list.
I played 988 or 9 something. It was 900 something megahertz or hertz, and it just went through my body like I can only play like 8 or 9 seconds of it, and it was just like, what the
Wow.
hell is this? I mean,
Mhm.
it just like I could not stand it, so I don't know what it was.
Wow.
So
Some are bad,
it
and
does
some are
work.
good.
So, but in some countries they use it to cure cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I would also reiterate, go back to my gifting area, and because I hadn't been on in a couple weeks because of my travel before and after Christmas. When I was up there, the second time to refill the bucket, the Kyle showed me a picture where they, after the first time I filled the bucket up and had the sighting, they created a tripod out of sticks. Okay, 3 sticks going up, put them together in a tripod, and set the empty peanut butter jar on top of the tripod.
Oh,
When
wow.
Kyle went back up there to check the bucket, this tripod's up there, and he took a picture of it. And another thing is rock stacking. You hear a lot about the rock stacking in the creek bottoms, and
Mhm.
they have a creek right near their house. They have witnessed the young juvenile, 4 or 5 foot tall, probably no more than a few years old, doing some rock stacking in the creek. And
Oh,
really,
wow.
so
That's
the
cool.
rock stacking could be the kids, arts and
Mhm.
craft time with the kids or something like that. They're finding things to keep themselves occupied. Maybe
Mhm.
no hidden message at all to it, just the kid getting creative with the rocks in the creek.
Right.
So
I think sometimes the glyphs have something to do with that as well.
yeah, probably so. So anyway, those couple updates there.
That's cool.
what do you
That's pretty
usually
neat. A
put in
little
your
tripod.
gifting bucket? I'm sorry, Chris. What do you usually put
No,
in your
go ahead.
gifting bucket, Mike?
I keep it consistent. I'll put a jar of peanut butter, apples, and I get those sweet and salty granola type bars, protein type bars. You sweet, keep them in the wrapper. They'll I said this before. They'll take them out of the wrapper. They'll leave the wrapper right near the bucket. Everything is where we can gather it up and throw it away. Nothing's just getting spread out all over the forest. The jar of peanut butter they'll take back to wherever they camp at, and then when the jar is empty, they'll bring it back and set it either in or near the bucket where we can see it. So
is this bucket attached to a tree or something?
yeah, it's
Or
just sitting out there in the ground. It's one of those daisy sunflower seed buckets big old bucket full of sunflower seeds you get at Sam's. Red and white, bright colors with a red lid on it, so they can see it invisible, and it's been there for a year now. We started this project last January, so it's been 1 year since we've been gifting.
Now, does everybody know in the audience what stack rocking is usually meant for in the Indian tribes? And if you don't know, okay.
I don't know about the
So,
Indian tribes.
The other.
so number one, it's a sign that there's a trail. And number two, they use it to show that somebody was here before. There was a presence. So I didn't know if people knew that or not. So
And
that's
then
what I wanted to ask.
in other cultures, they use it as like a burial, almost like a
yeah,
like
that's what I'm used to.
Yeah,
I've heard
like
that before.
Mhm.
Yeah, Gene Hudson, travel guide, right.
Yeah.
But now if you got them, if you got a pile, that's different. But I'm just talking just like a stack.
Stack.
Yeah.
That's what it,
And
travel guide.
they do stack them that, it's pretty precarious. It's pretty cool. Well, just like with everything, how
Well,
they stack.
because a lot of people say they see them in state parks. That's what hikers do too.
Mhm.
And it's, I
Right.
mean, it's just a common thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're out in the area on people's property or people don't go, I mean, and you got activity like Mike's got, once again, the totality of the circumstances, you can put
Mhm.
everything together. We're like, yeah, it's kind of obvious, right? But I didn't know if people knew that, because some people ask me that on the side sometimes, and they're like, oh, I didn't know you didn't know. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. So
Yeah. It's pretty cool too if you see it, and it's just out of nowhere. Like, why would this little rock stack be? Yeah, I've seen them. Jean and Lady Wolf were asking about the baby. I have been also, Jean, I've been told by somebody else that we have a baby too, a brand new baby. And so that's really cool that you said that. I've been seeing so many babies lately, and when I go to kind of to check them, to look at them, so I don't know which one is the baby. I've seen a baby that is like all black, and I've seen a baby that's auburn, and now within the last, I think, 2 weeks, I've seen a baby it looks like it's white. It's completely white. And what's weird is that I thought that it was like a part of a face, or like a part of the body. And then I realized, as I'm kind of watching the video over and over, and going back and forth, I realized, no, that's a baby that it's holding. So yeah, so I don't know, we'll see. Thanks though. Thanks for asking. I'll see if I can get something good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised how the diversity with the colors, they're just wow. And there is a big auburn one that has been showing himself to me. And now there's
Cool.
a white one. Yeah, there's a white one though that's smaller. I'd say, when I say small, I'm thinking maybe 8 feet, 9 feet, and it's thinner. But it has a masculine kind of like movement, and so I don't think it's a female. And he's a conical head. So he looks very much like, the is it the 4th of July Bigfoot, that where the Bigfoot cat picks up the baby and is walking and like keeps looking like back like that. It's like a video. It looks just like that, except that appears to be all white, or maybe light gray, but it's very light. So yeah, so I'll keep you posted. And if I get decent videos, but it's certainly not anything that like, oh my gosh, here, definitely it. Oh, okay. When they're newborn. Oh, so I wonder, so Jean, would this white baby that I'm seeing, will that change color? Like, do you think? I mean, maybe if it like hair grows in. Yeah. Johnny Winter Squatch. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
That
No.
Lady Wolf, they do wear clothes. We get reports of them wearing clothes. So
yes. Yeah, no, that's true. And you know what? And I was reading an account of a guy that said that he has one that that is the leader of the clan, and it has a big shawl somewhere that it got, and a big stick it carries. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And ain't that mountain meth they're smoking?
Yeah.
Now, you heard about Tennessee, didn't you?
Yes.
They're telling their residents, if you do meth, do not flush it down the commode. I was like, what? Yeah. The animals are going nuts. I'm like, oh, get out of here. I'm being serious. I couldn't believe it. That was a PSA announcement.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, is somebody punking me?
Watch the water.
Should go without saying, but I think if you're doing meth or smoking it, you're not really care.
There goes all those little alarms on those platforms. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, Harley. Hey, guys. Just wrapped up the podcast. Nice to see you. Welcome. We're just talking about shake and bake right now, so we're fine.
Tennessee, Kentucky, but my fish are fast. They're tweaking out.
So
shake and bake and deer crack.
But yeah, but I saw that and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you this: out in the country, when we used to serve warrants, we would always turn the water off first. That when they go to flush it, it wouldn't go nowhere. Anyways, yes.
Yeah, I don't want my Bigfoots to have like OnlyFans or something, So I'm not going to put out the castle one
Mike
day.
laughed. Mike chuckled.
And it's an opposite situation with them.
Well,
use AI to dress them versus,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's the other way
There's
around for humans.
that only, you know, a lot
Only-
of educators, me being a teacher, Barb
Do
mentioned
what?
OnlyFans.
What?
A lot of teachers have second jobs,
What?
right?
Really? Whoa.
Mike?
So tell us more, Mike.
No, not me, obviously.
Oh, my Lord, you had me going.
There were some St. Louis area
Oh,
teachers in the
Oh.
news
Wow.
moonlighting on this OnlyFans.
You really had me going.
You know, making some money. I mean, they got fired from their
Thanks,
jobs
Brian.
from teaching because of whatever morality clause in the contract or something like that. But they
Oh,
said,
yeah.
well, we made twice as much in 1 month on OnlyFans as we made a whole year teaching. Well, more
Wow.
power to them, I guess. But I was trying to find out. We were in the teachers' lounge. You know how those teachers' lounges could be. We were in there one day, and I said, "What is OnlyFans?" And then we had this young teacher about, fresh out of college, and he started telling me all about it. Now that way, you know too much.
I think Mike needs to come on the Friday show. So this girl on TikTok, I'll say this. This girl on TikTok, she said, if you can make me laugh, I'll put you as my, what do you call it when they change your profile? I'll put your picture as my profile for 24 hours. I was like, really? So I cued her. And she's like, next up is Grizzly. And I'm like, gotcha. And I was like, why did the sunflower was not able to ride the bike? She's stone faced. She's why? I said, it ran out of pedals. And she was like, I'm like, man, she almost laughed. And I was like, damn it. Ran out of pedals. You get it? Pedals.
Yes, I get it.
Oh boy.
I think
Hey, it
those
was
guys are
clean.
trying not to laugh. Yeah, that's right.
Y'all laughed. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Those are the
Facebook
best. I
users-
like those
Yeah.
short YouTubers that they sit there and go back and forth and they take shots after somebody makes the other one laugh. Oh yeah, they get to
Oh
be
yeah,
pretty
that's
crazy.
funny.
They get to be pretty
Facebook
crazy.
user says yes, Bigfoot. They wear clothes and hats. Well,
Yeah, they
wow,
do.
that's cool. And then Harley said, "What did the fish say when it hit the concrete wall?" I don't know, Harley. What did
I know. As long as it's clean. Like last time, I had to.
it's Harley?
I have to pre-read comments because they used to set me up.
Hey, Scott. Damn.
Damn. I should have said that one to her.
That's cute. Oh.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to. What was that one? Never mind. Never mind. We'll start that. Well,
What another thing I thought was pretty interesting. I saw a poll on one of the Facebook pages. What do Sasquatch or Bigfoot use to camouflage themselves, other than like cloaking and maybe going into like physical?
well,
things?
they said they use moss and they use tree leaves.
Yeah.
So, and that's why a lot of people, like that one that I saw when I was in my late 20s, I thought it was a guy in a ghillie suit when I was turkey hunting. And that guy said, no, I was back there hunting. When I tried to shoot that big jake that was about, I don't know, 90 something yards away. And when I didn't realize what it was until later on, because it was so big, so far away. And then I see other pictures and people say the same thing. It looked like a person in a ghillie suit. That's what they relate it to. So I don't understand that. And I talked to Val, and he's got numerous reports where they're covered in that moss, that grassy moss and stuff. I don't like the vegetation. So that's interesting.
I've heard of
there
that
was-
somewhat, but they are so well camoed that they, I mean, just like the picture we showed earlier, we had no idea he was 25 yards away and he's probably 10 foot tall. We had no idea he was there because he looks so much like the woods. The one I saw a month ago, same thing. If he didn't start moving, I would have never seen him.
Mm-hmm.
And when when he started moving, that I knew that then you started focusing in and zeroing in and things like that. You know, Barb, multiple times is taking a picture of her scenery in her yard and not knowing, and then you spot 3 or 4 Bigfoots in the picture after
Yeah.
the fact. You know, so
Yeah.
they blend in so well.
Yeah, it's perfect, just perfect with the somebody had said that they close their eyes, which that's interesting. If they know someone can, which is a good point if you want to make sure that there's no eye shine or eye illumination. That's another one. And hand, they will cover their hand, cover their face with their hand, put an item over their face, like you said, Grizzly, like some kind of foliage or and then this is interesting. They, when they'll duck or they'll sway, but if there's movement, if it's windy, that's what they said they'll do to kind of like mimic the movement of the trees and the surrounding flora fauna. I'm like, that's a good point.
Well, and some animals will mimic movement to get a rise or reaction out of you because their depth perception or their eyesight's not that keen, right? So they may focus on you, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? We see in Jurassic Park, if you don't move, they can't see you. Certain animals don't have that perception or that clarity. So like a deer, they will move their head up and down and huff at you to try to get you to move if they think they see you. So I don't know. I mean,
cranes will do that too. A bird will move its head back and forth to get gotta look at it both eyes, so it'll actually go back and forth before it strikes. So it's kind of the same scenario.
And Squatch and done all that stuff himself. Yep, that's
like Squatching. When you used to go deer hunting, deer would be running, whistle. What they do, they stop. Then you take a shot. So because they stop and like, what's that? And they look around like, what the hell was that? So. But I don't know. I mean, I never had a chance to go up like Mike and serenade one. Like, hey, you got 20/20 vision? So, but I don't know. I mean,
you need to give it a shot sometime, Grizz.
Yeah.
So when are you getting the cameras? I can't wait to see.
Well, I'm going to try to get them tomorrow. So it's definitely this week. So
good. Yippee! I can't wait.
But yeah, it's definitely this week. Hopefully tomorrow. It's supposed to be nice weather. I got so much on my plate right now. I got promos for tomorrow's show and everything else going, and all those phone calls I got to make tomorrow now. And anyways, but we'll money through it. But yeah. So, but no, good questions, good topics. Is a lot of people people that are not around hunting or animals don't know. Because the rock question stacking is a good question. Camouflage, because a lot of people are like, what? Moss? Yeah. Because you hear a lot of people that actually see things out in the woods and they think they're other hunters. And I hear that all the time. Why is just somebody else hunting? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm not saying you saw one, but I always get the ghillie suit when I show what a ghillie suit look. Does everybody know what a ghillie suit looks like? See, bring one up real quick. So
I had the local reports was a guy was walking around in a pine tree dress, like he had pine boughs made into a dress. Like, no, that sounds like a Bigfoot, not a pine tree dress.
Let me get a good picture here, a big one, so I can blow it up. It's I mean, you get a lot of reports. The ones that usually throw me for the loop is the closed part. It took me a real rough time to wrap my head around that for a while. But the more you get those and stuff here, of course it says sold out. Big old sold out sticker on it. Here, let me click on this one. Now let me blow this one up. That's not a good picture.
Hey, Thomas.
This is a rough looking one. This would work. All right, here we go. Action. But this is, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what a ghillie suit looks like, this will give you a good idea A lot of people turkey hunt and use them. Bow hunters use them. Certain snipers use them in the military, whatever divisions and so forth. But that's what it is. It's just camouflage. But they come in different colors for different surroundings and wetlands, and so.
Yeah, somebody could hide easily with that. Wow, it's great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can sit next to a tree, lay down, and and walk right by them.
Mhm.
You can sit underneath cedar trees and
Right.
just not even see you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what it looks like. And they're not expensive. I mean, I think that one's like $40. So, Lala wants a tie dye.
That might not
Mike-
be. Well, depending
Mike
where you're
sent
going to
that to
be.
me. So Mike just
That's
sent
the
that
rock
to me.
stack that
That's cool.
Miller's over where the gifting bucket is. They saw the little 4 or 5
Can you
footer,
blow it up?
Doing the
Yeah, it's-
rocks.
Some
Doing
reason
the rocks in
Facebook
the
doesn't
creek.
let you
That's an example of
Yeah.
stop
his
and
artwork
try.
over there. And I know Susan Perez messaged me. She's watching tonight. I hope you caught the early part of the show we talked about last night pretty extensively as well. So
Yeah.
if not, you have to go back and catch it on the replay.
Oh yeah, that's a good picture.
Yeah.
Now,
And
who
how do
found
they
that
get?
one?
I mean, that's a steady hand. That's a steady hand to get that stuff to stay through like that.
Exactly.
So here's the caveat to this, right? And this is what I always say. Now, you look at stuff like this, and you ask a human to duplicate that, and they're usually not consistent.
No.
It'd be hard to get that to stack up.
Yes.
You got to balance that perfectly.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
that's
could a
perfect
human do it?
balance.
Absolutely. It's feasible. But I'm just saying, I mean, if you're in an area to where you're getting activity, the baiting stuff and everything else, but, you know, I don't know.
And then I always feel like about motivation. You know, what would motivate a human to stack little rocks that's difficult? You know,
Bigfoot Jenga.
Go back to that picture, Chris. Gene asked what's on the other end of the right side bottom. Looks like an owl peeping. I'm not sure. Do we miss something in that picture?
Owl.
That little tail
looks
there.
like an owl. I don't know.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be an owl in the daytime, but
Well, see, what I thought it was at first was a big slate rock with two twigs, like a surfboard, like a fin, two pieces of wood sticking up. But when he blew it up, I saw the stacked rocks on the left end. But see the fin on the right? I thought it was a fin down here at the bottom at the 6 o'clock position. But what's different than the normal rocks that I see human does, they're not round, spherical type like these. The ones that I've seen that are usually human, they're more flat when they're stacked. If that is,
I'm looking at it on
my.
I've blown it up on my phone. I think I see what Gene's talking about, but I just think that's the way the grass is myself. I'm not sure.
Yeah, owls usually don't hang out in the grass too much.
It's so hard.
Maybe that spot here.
No, it's so hard to tell. Yeah,
but you look at that picture right there, right?
When you're trying,
just pull it back up, Chris.
Yeah.
Now, just for example, ladies and gentlemen, look at that picture. Show me any other round stones on that picture on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't see any
that are completely round. Like
no,
it's got a lot of flat ones. You'd think they would use a flat one, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's one of those. We call those Ozark flat bottom creeks. Is what we call them.
That's a good idea, Squatch and Holler. It's a rock clock. Yeah, like a
Now that would flip me out if that's true.
It's a sundown.
Yes.
What time of day is it?
Facebook user said the pic has forest people in it. Where are they at?
Is that the shadows?
Well, you have to go up to the yard area, scroll up to the yard area and blow it up. But
I'm all the way up.
I don't know.
You know.
Yeah.
Because get into paranoia there after a while. So you can find all kinds of fun
Yeah.
stuff. I can zoom in. There's a face right there. You see two eyes. And you can literally find. There's a skull right here. Let's see what else I can find.
Chris has got the paranoia.
I can do this all day.
No, so Carrie Ann said,
but this is awesome. I think that is really cool. This rock stacking is neat.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it in the reflection?
Well, that was the thing is,
you didn't really see them. She's
Miller's Norma Miller. She watched him do that. She saw the little kid. She saw the kid do that.
A human kid?
Oh yeah, the Sasquatch, juvenile Sasquatch.
Oh, well, even better. I didn't know that. That goes to show that I was on the right line then, because that's what I'm saying. Indicative to Bigfoot doing that. The size of the stones being round compared to humans. I'm just saying, from ones I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you confirmed that. I didn't know that they watched it. I wonder how easy was it? Did they say did it take was it smooth doing it, or did it take time?
I didn't really ask.
I would try to find out if you could. Was it just like ding, 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 ding? Yeah. Just curiosity, just got me.
I don't think they're that perfect.
Like me, that would take for me sitting Indian style, holding my breath, some strategy for me to stack that probably 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But if you look symmetrical end to end, those are pretty centered, not like, to the left or too far to the right. I mean, those are pretty stacked. So.
Jean. Oh, she said the children practice. They will make small structures and they will use sticks and poke them in the ground to make covers to hide behind and even glyphs. I have little holes, which I'm sure that you've seen that.
Now, once again, what does the sticks in the ground represent?
Yeah, digging holes with the sticks.
But what does that mean? What is that for?
I don't know.
I think some of it is getting bugs out of the ground.
It very well could just be.
Yeah,
these kids are being homeschooled, right? It's arts and craft time.
What else do they have to do? They don't have.
Go get creative with your. That's their paintbrush.
Like what would kids do? And back in they don't have toys, so
it's better education than the public school system. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Hey, careful now.
I didn't say
it. Except for you, Mike.
I'm doing the best I can.
And we love the teacher. Yeah, it's yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Now they also say
a lot of us are teaching with our hands tied behind our back because they don't let us do all the things they want us to do.
That's what I'm referring to.
But they also say if you find broken twigs, that's where a watcher will sit when they break twigs off and sit during the day, and also where they peel bark.
Well, yeah,
they're bored.
I was about to say that. Peeling bark.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you're out there, ladies and gentlemen, walking.
Believe this.
Try me, Mike. Try me, bro.
We believe.
You're not going to believe this. When I started,
I believe it already.
When I started teaching here in Southeast Missouri, 32 years ago, okay. My principal, you got 2 days before school, the teachers were all getting together. He says, I got 2 things for you. Here's your grade book and here's your paddle. If these kids give you any trouble, bust their you-know-whats. Don't bother me with it. Bust their you-know-whats.
Wow.
When was it? What year was that? When did you
early 90s.
Wow.
We don't do that anymore. But
stayed that late though. Really? Wow.
Hey, I know
as a kid, I got the paddle one time. I was like way back when though.
Hey, you get their attention real quick with that, and just the threat of it solves a lot of the discipline issues.
I didn't do it again, I'll tell you that much.
But they don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Late 90s, huh? Wow.
That's cool. Yeah.
Hey, Squatch and Howler. What part of Missouri is Squatch and Howler? What part of Missouri? So
that's pretty interesting.
and I used it probably up through 2005. I got out of education for 8 years. I came back and it was like obsolete. So
Hey,
I can't
Mike.
believe it was there that late.
we
Hey,
didn't
Mike. Did
It's
we,
the
it
we
make
didn't
you
go
feel?
crazy with it.
Did it
Huh?
make you feel good?
Not really.
It did.
All
It
the
did.
Grizzly, it hurt us more than it did them to do it. You know that.
It did. He was like,
He didn't want to answer that one. Like, how should
I'm
I actually
sorry. I
answer
should
this?
have done that, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. So they say, ladies and gentlemen, you want the true reaction out of somebody. This is how you do it. You walk up to them where they can't see you, right? Out of their peripheral, where they can't see you coming. And you walk up and say, hello. Right then and there, that split reaction is their honest reaction to you. How they say hello back. Anyways, Squatch Holler's laughing. I can't give away all my secrets.
Squatch and Howler's Belton area. That's the other side of the state. So that's.
Hey, my principal told me when he went to whack me in the 80s, when I went to run up towards the desk, he's like, that's going to cost you extra, boy. I was like, what? Yeah, you sure did. He's like, you might as well scoot all the way up to that desk now. Well, he laid into me. Woof. But anyways.
Oh boy.
Get the tow truck. No more tow trucks, lady. We're done. Hey, Lady Wolf, he went to swing. I went towards the desk, not away from it. But anyways. But hopefully everybody enjoyed it. I'm glad to have Mike back. Yeah.
This is a best SWAT story I ever had. We had we had this 6'9" basketball player.
Oh.
He gets sent to the office for mischief. During my principal days, 6'9" basketball player. And I said to him, I said, well, normally when a kid comes, I'm gonna give you a couple swats. I said, but I got to make sure I'm not going to tangle with you. I really don't want to tangle with you. I said, can you take him? He said, yeah. He goes, I'll take him. I said, because if I'm going to have to tangle with you, I'm going to send you on your way. He said, I'll take him, sir. Okay. And then he went to bend over, and at 6'9", the rear end was just a little bit too high for my swinging level.
Oh, no.
And it's like trying to hit a high fastball in a baseball game. You just can't do it.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We
God.
really had to end the show on that note.
Ooh, our tow truck is
That poor
already
kid.
busy with the other, getting us out of the other ditch.
So did you end up having to tango with him?
No, I just didn't get him
Okay.
very good.
No, poor
Mike,
kid.
you're playing tennis, Lady Wolf said.
That's good.
I don't know.
Memories, oh memories. Unbelievable.
You guys wish me to take another week or two off after this one.
Nope.
I can't wait for next week now. I ain't no telling what you're going to come out with. Or what you're going to come out swinging with.
The show will be Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Cryptid. Second half, Mike's memories of
Yeah,
days as a
and we covered everything tonight.
Yeah, we
So-
did.
Yeah, we did.
You know, that girl on the last show, she was all into cryptids and stuff. Didn't know how to answer.
Yeah.
I was like, "What color is a polar bear?" She's like, bright, right?" And I was like, "No, black." She's like, "Huh?" She got that look. And Tracy was like, "What?"
Yeah, she was great.
Squatch and
That
Howler
was
says, hey,
Tracy was
Oh,
like,
wow.
"Huh?"
Like, what are you
Squatch
smoking?
and Howler
Grizzly?
says they made the teachers pedals in shop class.
Oh, wow.
That's where
my
I got
gosh.
mine. They made it in shop. They made them in shop class out of
Mine
pine
had
board.
holes.
You
Out
didn't
of
drill a
pine
bunch of
board.
holes in them?
Yes.
Dang.
And
No
the damn
holes,
thing was
but
like
I
this
will
long.
The new
Well, I
baby.
can't get my
Thank
hands
you,
in the
I
picture.
will. Oh, that's
But
exciting.
there's an art to that because pine is a flexible board. It doesn't break.
Mike,
and
what
it's
the
got a
hell? Do you
little
think
bend to
I
it.
sat there and did the geometrics and what the and what? God bless. I'm sorry, sir. Does that flex before you hit me with that?
Well, we got hit with wire coat hangers because I went to Catholic school. We didn't have any of those fancy pants, things made in shop glass. They just beat you with the wire coat
You
hangers.
got the ruler across the knuckles.
The ruler.
Yeah, what's the elasticity of that board?
Yeah,
Need to
look, they're
know.
saying we use poplar.
Oh,
Damn,
Wow.
y'all get scientific on me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, that hurts.
Oh my, y'all crack me up. So I have no idea what it was made out of.
Yep, rulers.
Catholic,
Lala.
Catholic did
See?
use rulers.
Yep, but Lala? Did you ever have the coat hangers? Because
My mom used
I-
everything.
I never heard of
Coat
that.
I
hangers,
never-
wooden spoons.
that was they would break the rulers on the boys, so they would, they'd go to the.
So they started using coat hangers. That had to hurt.
The
Yep.
goal was to
Yikes.
see who would break the board over the butt.
Oh my gosh.
Oof. Unbelievable. She said she had to leave the school because I got hit out of her. You knocked out of her hand? Well, no wonder.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Wow.
don't.
No.
Yep.
Anyways, y'all crack me up, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Mike, we're looking for you coming out swinging hard next week.
You saving that one?
Hey. Hopefully we get a little more information for you concerning Bigfoot.
Well, you know what? Since you work extra, let me go ahead and throw up the disclaimer. You had me going there for a minute. I was
Indeed.
starting to get nervous.
Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, from coast to coast, around the world, we'll see you tomorrow.
Good
Everybody
night,
have a good night.
everybody. Good night.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you guys.